Police Minister Bheki Cele is visiting the family of the EFF Ward 20 candidate Thulani Shangase in Msunduzi municipality. Shangase is the second candidate in KwaZulu-Natal to be killed a few days before the upcoming local government elections in November. Our reporter Msunduzi is on the story. Let's cross live to him now. Mlondi, a very good morning to you. Tell us what's happening where you are.
Good morning, Desiree. We are at KwaZulu-Natal outside Pietermaritzburg, where the councillor Thulani Shangase, basically it's his home, where the Minister of Police just visited the family just to get give them some more information in relation to the developments in the case that relate to the shooting of Thulani Shangase. Thulani was shot and killed on Sunday night as he was coming back from a meeting of the EFF in the area. It seems as if they were meeting the party agents to brief them on the meeting that was supposed to be on the on Monday morning. But unfortunately, he was shot just as he leaves that meeting in the place called Harewood, just a nearby place, his home. It's just a few kilometers from his home. But in all that, Desiree, you'll understand that recently the party EFF has been complaining about intolerance in Pietermaritzburg specifically, because last month we did see the members of the EFF and also the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, being prevented from entering voting station in Ward Dambuza and in Ward 23 and also in Willowfontein. Those incidents were basically a concern to the IEC, also the members of the EFF. But next to me is the taxi chairperson in the area, who also form part of, because they know Thulani very well. Baba, thank you very much for your time. Can you briefly tell us about Thulani? Why are you guys here?
No, thanks for the opportunity. My name is Bheki Cele, the chairperson of Santakum Mukundlov, and I know this guy very well. We used to call him Mtunzi, not Thulani, but his name is Thulani. This guy used to work for Hlomela. In Pietermaritzburg, we have a team that we call them Hlomela, that are working on the ranks and making sure that there is no drink and drive on the road and there is no overloading on our taxis, and also checking those people who are selling in our ranks to check whether how did they do their jobs, because most of the time some of them they used to sell liquor in our rank. So this guy and other guys, they were making sure that they're working with our taxi drivers on the road, as well as making sure that there is peace within ourselves as the industry, and making sure that if there is any problem regarding to the tax issues, you will find them there, try to resolve the problem. So the guy who passed away, he was working very well, and I used to work with him like a hand in a glove, because he used to find him on the road all the time.
His death, basically the EFF was saying that his death is politically related. What is the association saying in relation to that? Because we understand now he was also involved in taxi industry.
No, as a taxi operator, I don't want to talk about politics, because my duty is to talk on behalf of the industry. So anything regarding to politics, I would not able to say anything, because they are the people who they can talk about those things. I'm only talking about taxi industry where I'm leading.
We also understand that there were also other shootings around in this area. Can you please tell us more about those?
No, I would not going to confirm anything about that, because I don't stay in the area. I'm staying in Imbal, so anything that is happening here, it's very hard for me to understand what is happening. I only heard about Tunzi passed away on Sunday. That's why you see the industry visiting the family today, because we decided to call all the taxi operators in Msunduzi to come and visit the family as Mtunzi passed away.
You also say that Thulani was a basically big part of the industry. What are the things that you remember clearly about Thulani in the industry?
I used to send him to do a monitoring in the taxi rank, and also if there is any blockage on the road, like people are complaining about services, I used to work with him there to try to speak with the people to ask them to remove those things so that we can able to carry on working.
No, thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Desiree, we are still waiting for the minister just to come out. It seems as if they are just preparing the minister to come out and speak to us as members of the media. But I am not sure. I'll just ask Ndabe Khumalo just to show you where the minister is inside with the family members, briefing them in relation to the developments that relate to the shooting of Thulani recently. But the minister started in the morning at the Plesisle police station. Plesisle police station is amongst the top 3 police stations in KwaZulu-Natal that are seen as police stations that report most murder charges, most rape cases, and most conduct crimes. It's Plesisle, Inanda, as well as Umla's police station in the Durban, south of Durban. But while we are still waiting, Desiree, we'll just be keeping you update in relation to what will be happening from here, because the minister did start to visit to the crime scene where where Thulani was shot, and tried to speak to those residents in relation to trying to get also the witnesses, just to say that the witnesses, if anyone did see anything in relation to the murder of Thulani, they must contact the police officers, or they must just go to the police station to try and find a way to assist the police, because the police are looking forward to solving the cases in relation to this matter, because political killings in KwaZulu-Natal are very rife, basically because this is the second incident before the upcoming local government elections. Recently we were in Eskaleni, where a hitman was basically convicted for the murder of a ward councillor from Okwanongoma. The ward councillor was killed in 2016 before the elections, and we received the news that he also killed the witnesses in that matter, and that person is Fisoguhle Ntuli, who's also charged with the murder of the former Bafana goalkeeper Osenzo Meyo. Is also appearing in that case in Johannesburg, and the police officers were saying that he is not just a person to be treated with kids' gloves, because they're saying that he is one of the notorious killer in KwaZulu-Natal. Back to you in studio, Desiree.
Just before we let you go, I want to ask you this question. As the community is mourning the passing of Thulani Shangase, another conversation comes up that the minister, Mr. Bheki Cele, might be the Minister of Police, but he's also a politician. And at this time, when there are such political tensions, what kind of conversations are being held in that area about the reasons for the minister's visit to the Shangase family?
The views, Desiree, differs, because others are saying that he's here just to do his political work. Others are saying he's here as a minister because there's no one that was supposed to come here other than him as the police minister to try and assure the family what will be happening from now on. But also, Desiree, you'll remember that the community is in fear after this shooting, because they say, how can this kind of shooting happen just before the elections? They are also worried. They also have questions around that are they safe when they are going to the voting stations on that day, because they also believe that the police minister must make sure that he deploys more police officers, especially in these areas that they've shown that violence is rife.
Especially when you see the amount of police officers who are just there with you in the background just for the story. But thank you so much, Mlondi Khatebe.